Well, hello, beautiful people. I am Kevin John, and welcome to the 6th week of the high school football season. Can't believe we're roughly halfway through the regular season. Now, we have so many games to get to, but it's only right that we kick this party off with our ABC 10 game of the week. And let's just say our very own Matt George was a little extra excited about this game. Take it away, Matt.
Good evening, I'm Matt George, back in my old stomping grounds, Wood Creek High School, and it's fitting that I'm here tonight because it is homecoming, and tonight the undefeated Timberwolves are hosting the Rio Americano Raiders that have won 3 straight games. Let me tell you how we do homecoming at the Creek. We've got grand entrances, we've got thunder sticks, we've got royalty, we've got a world-class dance team, and we've even got fireworks. Everything around and on the field tonight had that big game feel. The Rio Americano Raiders arrived ready to spoil the party, and they brought their sensational defense that's only allowed 8 points over the last 2 weeks. But sometimes to beat a great defense, all you need is a short pass and some fast legs. Wood Creek quarterback Josiah Melendez hits junior Trace Murchison over the middle, and the receiver flips it into another gear, racing down the field and not shying away from the contact at the goal line. The Timberwolves take an early 6-0 lead, but here comes that Raider defense. T-Wolves in the red zone. Rio Americano comes up with the huge forced fumble and recovery. Now they have a chance to turn the momentum in their favor, but after a 3-and-out, a routine punt turns into a nightmare for the Raiders. The ball flies over the punter's head and into the end zone, where it becomes a wrestling match that WWE would be proud of. The ball is recovered by senior Jacob Young for the Wood Creek touchdown. Third quarter now, the Timberwolves trying to add on to their lead with a little bit of trickery, but the trick backfires as Raiders senior Robert Centerberry comes flying in for the interception. Rio's defense is giving them a chance, but once again, the offense just can't get anything going. Wood Creek makes it 20-0 with an almost exact replica of their first touchdown pass. Melendez and Murchison come together again for another score. But credit to Rio Americano. They kept battling and finally had a breakthrough in the fourth quarter. A perfectly run wheel route by Nico Chatez puts the Raiders in excellent scoring position, and they would eventually punch it in. But that's the closest they would get. Wood Creek improves to 5-0 on the season with the 20-7 victory. However, the Timberwolves know they still have another level they can take it to, and 5 wins aren't nearly enough.
Right, there's a standard we're trying to meet, and that is to win a league championship. And winning is hard, at any level. I don't care if it's 5 or 6-year-old soccer or high school football. Anytime you win, you got to enjoy it and treasure it. But I think they know, even before I went over and talked to them, we just didn't play a complete football game tonight. And it's going to come, right? Sometimes it takes time, and like I said, reflection and film and a want and a desire to get better and try to get to that next level.
Wonderful job out there, Matt. Congratulations to your alma mater. All right. Well, in case you haven't been paying attention, the Manteca Buffaloes have been straight mollywopping their opponents so far this season. But on Friday night, they put their undefeated record on the line against them Central Catholic Raiders. We're heading out to Modesto, home of the Raiders. Shout out to the Manteca cheerleaders right there. The Buffaloes making the business trip to Central Catholic. And the Buffaloes were standing on business. We'll pick this one up late in the second quarter. Nico Juarez takes the handoff, and just like a teen running home on a Friday night to make curfew, Nico is going to run this all the way to the house. 46 yards to La Casa. Manteca up 28-7 at this point. And how about that Manteca defense? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here in the third quarter, Central Catholic trying to get their run game going, but the Buffaloes say, not on my watch. They force the fumble recover. And on the very next play, Nico takes the handoff. Now, he nearly runs in for the touchdown before he's pushed out around the 2-yard line. And look at this, he's heading toward the snack bar. Yeah, he deserves a treat for all those rushing yards. The Buffaloes would later punch it in for the touchdown. This game, all Manteca. They go on to pound Central Catholic 49-7. Manteca moves to a perfect 5-0 on the season. Next, we're heading to El Dorado Hills, where the Oak Ridge student section, always a vibe. We have an SFL showdown and a matchup of 2 of the top 10 teams in the section. The Granite Bay Grizzlies visiting the Oak Ridge Trojans. We'll pick this one up late in the first quarter. Oak Ridge in the red zone. Jason Womack takes the snap, and Jason Womack reaches pay dirt. Trojans take an early 7-0 lead, but back comes Granite Bay. Ensuing possession for the Grizzlies. And this kid, Isaiah N.A., is ridiculous. Some guys run around you. Isaiah will run right through you. My goodness, he's taking the whole team on his back. Yeah, he drinks milk. Now, later on the drive, Grizzlies on the 1-yard line, and why not just give the ball to Isaiah N.A. again? He punches us in for the touchdown. We're tied at 7. All right, we're going to fast forward to just seconds left in the first half. Oak Ridge striking. Nick Johnson is going to throw a dart right here to Troy Tabor for the touchdown. And the Trojans score right before the end of the half to take a 14-7 lead. Only thing better than that touchdown is the student section lighting up the sky. It's like a concert out there. And you can keep the party going at Oak Ridge because the Trojans hang on to win this one 21-14. Oak Ridge moves to 4-1 on this season. Next, we're heading to Roseville High School. Shout out to the Tigers dancers right there. Beyonce who? The Deer Valley Wolverines out of Antioch putting their undefeated record on the line against the Tigers. Here to second quarter, Roseville ball. DeMarcus Gresham takes the handoff. Watch him run over defenders like it ain't nobody's business. That's a grown man run right there. All right, we're going to head to the third quarter now. Roseville, since the run game is going so well, why not continue to do it again? This time, Jonathan Tambera does the honors. Johnny T takes that in for the touchdown, and Roseville just had their way with Deer Valley. The Tigers go on to slay the Wolverines 62-8. They give Deer Valley their first loss of the season. Roseville moves to 4-1 on the year. Congrats to the Tigers. Well, when it comes to the Hughson Huskies, all they know how to do is grind out wins in close games. I mean, they're called the Heart Attack Huskies for a reason, right? But on Friday night, Ripon Christian had other plans in mind. We're heading to the campus of Hughson High over in the 209. The Huskies putting their undefeated record on the line against the Ripon Christian Knights. We'll pick this one up in the first quarter. Ripon Christian ball. Mason Tameling going deep. And like a good neighbor, Amos Cady is there. 49-yard touchdown. He gone. And just like that, the Knights take a 6-0 lead. But Hughson will clap back. Late in the first quarter, Hudson Baldwin. He's going to spin out right here looking for a man. He hits Bryce McDaniel, and watch McDaniel breaking tackles and not hearts. The kid's a baller. Hughson takes a 7-6 lead, but Ripon Christian would answer back. Ensuing drive. Knights in the red zone. Mason Tameling, he takes the snap. He's looking. There's got to be someone open. Oh, there he is. Blake Stewart is there for the touchdown. The Knights hang on to give Hughson their first loss of the season, winning this one 21-14. Both teams now sit at 5-1 on the season. Congratulations to them. Now, we had a lot of good league showdowns across the section on Friday night, but perhaps none more intriguing than the Battle of 65, where, at least on paper, it seemed like it'd be a great matchup. We're heading to Wheatland High School, where the Pirates welcome in the Lincoln Fighting Zebras. Lincoln making the 12-mile trip down Highway 65. We'll pick this one up in the first quarter. Lincoln ball. Eli Duff going deep, and he drops this right in the breadbasket for Julian Defoe. And what you know about Mr. Defoe? He takes that in for the touchdown. Just like that, Fighting Zebras take a 7-0 lead. To the second quarter now, Lincoln on the attack. Brock Gaylor takes the handoff. This dude runs smoother than a jar of Skippy. It's so poetic. Lincoln up 13-0, but Wheatland says, hey, we can run the ball too. Johnny McKnight takes the handoff. This guy has more bounce to the ounce. Breaking tackles, nearly takes this in for the house call before he's brought down. That drive wouldn't lead to anything, so back comes Lincoln. It's Brock Gaylor again. Another touchdown for the kid. Hope you had Brock on your fantasy team. Lincoln goes on to blank Wheatland 33-0. And look at this, y'all. We had some fireworks at the end of the game. Because, baby, you're a firework. The Fighting Zebras moved to 4-1 on the season. All right, next we're heading back up 65 to Roseville, where the West Park Panthers hosting the Destiny Christian Academy Lions. Early on, Panthers in the red zone. Maddox Ryan Newman takes the handoff, cuts this outside, nearly gets in for the touchdown. Didn't matter, though, because the Panthers would later punch it in for the touchdown right here. That's Declan Schindelbauer who plunges in. But see, Destiny Christian saw that, and apparently they took that personally. Ensuing drive, the Lions are in the red zone, and we don't have number 9, on the roster, but give the man some credit for beasting his way in for the touchdown right there. That's a grown man run. Yeah, number 9 drinks milk. West Park goes on to win this one 38-20. Panthers move to 3-3 on the season. Next, we're heading to Yolo County, Woodland to be exact, where the Pioneer Patriots are playing host to the top 25 Sacramento Dragons. Patriots hoping to serve the Dragons their second L of the year. Spoiler alert, that would happen. We'll pick this up in the third quarter. Dragons ball. LeBron James Radcliffe going deep. It's completed, but to the wrong man. That's Devion Corley, who pulls down the interception. He's fired up, rightfully so. But the Dragons would clap back here in the third quarter. Cordell Radcliffe takes the handoff. He runs this up the gut for the touchdown. That puts Sac High up 20-14. But back comes Pioneer. Yeah, Devion Corley. He's going to take the handoff here. And just like tweens running to Golden One Center to see the Jonas Brothers in concert on Friday night, Devion is going to run this all the way to the house. Incredible play there. This game was a lot of back and forth, but in the end, Pioneer shocked Sacramento High to win this one 42-40. Now staying in Yolo County. Next, we're heading to the campus of Davis Senior High School. By the way, shout out to the band right there, making it funky. The Blue Devils welcome in River Valley at a Yuba City student section, lit. We'll pick this one up in the first quarter. Unfortunately, Davis doesn't have a roster on Max Prep, so check out number 52. He just snatches the lunch out of the running back and then runs this in for a touchdown. Oh, that was just so disrespectful, y'all. Now later in the quarter, Davis back on the attack. Number 32 takes the handoff. He's gonna reach blue dirt, or as we call it, pay dirt. That put Davis up 13-7, but give credit to River Valley. They fought in this one. Don't believe me, just watch. Falcons ball here. Jaden Walker going deep. And Joshua Kella says, see ya, fella. He runs this in for the touchdown. Unfortunately, we did not get a final score on this game, but Davis was up 19-13 with about 46 seconds left in the first quarter. So congratulations to all of our teams who won on Friday night. We always love to see it. That is it for week 6 of the high school football season.